Namaste, friends. I'm Heather Wiest with Love Serve Inspire, and today I'll be guiding you through a strap, stretch, and restore yoga practice. For today's class, we'll be using an 8 to 10 foot yoga strap. If you do not have a strap, no worries, you'll still be able to do the postures in the practice. I'm here to guide you, but you are always your best teacher. So please listen to your body, stay safe, and have fun. We'll begin by creating a strap jacket just to help with our posture. So we're going to undo our strap. I'm going to show you how to get into this. I'm actually going to stand up to demonstrate how to get into the strap jacket, and then we'll be coming into a comfortable seat. So I'm going to take my strap behind the back, right where the bra strap would land, or the bottom of the shoulder blades. And then I'm going to equal out my straps in front as best I can. Then I'm going to go ahead and drape the straps over my shoulders and just try to straighten them out. There we go. And I'm going to tether them, make them kind of tight. If you look behind me, I'm going to go ahead and take the straps and I'm going to cross them like an X at my back, and then I'm going to really pull down to bring a nice tightness and drawing of the shoulder heads back. Once I have that, I'm going to bring the straps in front and then I'm going to buckle them. If you have a broad back or a bigger chest, this may not work, and that's okay. You can go ahead and take it off if it doesn't end up being able to be looped into a belt buckle. So I'm going to go ahead and strap mine up. So again, a good posture awareness here helps me to keep that good posture if I'm sitting at a computer. I know you can buy things online that are similar to this, but if you have a yoga strap, you can create your own. So I'm going to go ahead and buckle that up and find a comfortable seat. All right. So we're going to go ahead and just ground the hands on the tops of the thighs and close your eyes if you're comfortable doing so. We're going to start with 2 deep breaths together. Nice deep inhale in and let it go through the mouth. Another deep inhale and a long exhale. Continuing with full, complete inhalations and exhalations through the nose if you can. And just thinking about what inspired you to take this class today. What do you need from your yoga practice? Inviting in your own personal intention. It could be a positive affirmation, a prayer, or a deep heart longing. Our time on our mat is always a time of inquiry, where we just learn to observe and become aware just a little bit more than we normally would. So just taking this time to draw inward, noticing what's on the forefront of the heart and the mind, and creating that meaningful intention for your practice. And imagining now as you're sitting here that you are an hourglass full of sand. And that sand, you just turned it over, and that sand is starting from the top and just drifting down through the hourglass of your body, just allowing you to ground down a little bit more into the earth. Just feeling that warm sand, just softening every muscle in your body. And connecting that with your breath. So taking that full deep inhale and super long exhalations, imagining each grain of sand just floating down. Noticing a few more breaths like this. Inhaling what you need today. And exhale, letting go of any stress, care, or worry. One more complete full breath. And drawing our hands at heart center, Anjali Mudra, just allowing yourself to seal in your personal intention as you allow the head to be drawn down towards the heart. Softly releasing the palms and opening the eyes. If you have the strap jacket on, we're going to gently release the strap jacket. I'm just going to place that strap alongside here. We'll be using it in a bit. All right, so we're going to inhale the arms up and overhead, interlace the hands, reach the palms of the hands towards the ceiling or the sky. Get a nice big stretch. And then as you exhale, we're going to be twisting to the right. We're going to take that right hand behind us, left hand to the right knee. Take another deep inhale as you lengthen through the side waist. And then exhale, find a nice twist. And if you can, we're going to go ahead and take that right hand and cross it over to the left knee. You get a nice little stretch here along the upper back and the shoulders. And our arms are naturally ready for eagle arms. So if you can, you're going to go ahead and lift up the elbows and just cross at the arms, finding your eagle arms. If that's too much for your body, feel free to just hold on to the shoulders. So find that nice stretch in the upper back, all along the tops of the shoulders. One more full breath. And then we're going to inhale, sweep the arms up and overhead. We'll take that twist to the left. So you're going to go ahead and exhale, bring that right hand to the left knee, left hand behind you. Another deep inhale as you lengthen through both side waist. And then exhale, find a little bit more twist. If you can, you're going to take that left hand to the right knee, find a nice stretch for the upper back. And then crossing at the elbows, finding your eagle arms. Again, if that is too much, feel free to just tap onto the shoulders. Beautiful stretch here where we're often tight through the neck and the shoulders. One more full breath. And then we'll go ahead and release the arms back up. And then take the hands down beside you. We're going to get some nice neck stretches here. So just listen to your body. If your neck is sensitive, just take them very gently. So I have my fingertips, just walk them out to the side a bit. I'm going to gently take my right ear to right shoulder. Now, if you need a little bit more, you can always walk those left fingertips out a little farther. You should be feeling a nice stretch through the left side trapezius, the top of the shoulder. I like to close my eyes here so I can just feel the sensations. And then I'm gently going to take my chin and just point it down towards that right leg. So I'm just gazing down, getting a little bit of a different neck stretch. Again, softening, letting everything go. And then gently taking the chin into the chest. Then I'll inhale the head back up and we'll take that to the left side. So we'll take our left ear towards the left shoulder. And if you want, you can walk those right fingertips out a little bit more. So again, you should be feeling it all along the right trapezius shoulder area. Soften through the jaw. Full deep breaths throughout our practice today. And then we'll gently take that chin and just gaze down towards the left leg. And then taking the chin all the way down to the chest, let everything go. Relax the lips. And then we'll take our gaze back up. Nice job, that should feel really good. We're gonna switch the cross of the legs. I'm gonna hold on to my shins and we're just gonna go ahead and take a seated cat and cow. So you're gonna inhale, just pop that chest out. Then exhale, round in. Let it feel good for your spine. So again, inhaling for our cow, and then exhale into cat. One more full round here. Just bringing some movement into the spine. And then coming back up to center. Bringing the hands more onto the tops of the knees. We're just going to take our ribs side to side. So find a little action into the rib cage area, into the torso. Again, you're in total control of how much you do here, just bringing some movement in areas that we normally wouldn't move. One more round each side, and then we're going to take this into big trunk circles. So we're going to go ahead and circle, and you're in total control of how big you take your circles. We're going to do 3 in one direction. And then 3 in the other. Let this feel good. Let the head and neck go. And then take it in the other direction when you're ready. Full deep breaths. And then finding back to center. We're going to release now into tabletop position on hands and knees. Finding your tabletop. And once we're here, we're going to go ahead and find that cat and cow movement again, just in a bigger formation now that we're hands and knees. So let it feel good, full deep breaths. Creating some space. And feel free to stay with this if you want to try to take those rib side to side movements here. Kind of feels good as well. So again, anything you want to do, you can take the hips side to side, big hip circles. This is your practice. Notice what feels good in your body today. One more full breath. And then finding our neutral tabletop. We're going to get some leg stretches. We're going to take the right toes back on the mat and get a nice flex into the foot. As I push my hands away, I feel a nice stretch all throughout my foot, the Achilles, and the back of the leg. And as the frontal hip points lift, I feel a little bit into that front hip flexor area as well. And then I'm going to cross the right foot over the left leg. I'm going to look over my left shoulder, pushing more into the right hand. Get a nice stretch all along the right side body. And then I'll inhale back to center, right knee down. Other side. Inhaling the left toes back on the mat, a nice flex, frontal hip points lift. So I'm getting a nice stretch all along my left leg, back and front. I'm going to relax my head, let the jaw go. And then I'll take that left foot over the right. I'm going to look over the right shoulder and push more into the left palm. So again, a beautiful stretch, this time along the left side body. And then returning back to center. We're going to take puppy dog pose or melting heart. We're going to go ahead and take both hands forward. The hips are going to stay high and the forehead is reaching down towards the mat. So pushing the hands away, drawing the navel gently to the spine to support the low back and get a nice lengthening through the spine and opening through the upper back. 2 more deep full breaths. From here, we're going to transition into shoulder thread the needle. So I'm just going to walk my hands a little bit back. I'm going to keep the hips high, over the knees. And I'm going to start with my left arm out to the side. I'm going to thread it through the right, and then my left ear, cheek, temple, reach down towards the mat, and then the right arm is going to extend a little bit more forward. You're welcome to stay here. This is my preferred preference in this posture, but there's also that option of taking the right hand behind the back and the waist for a little twist. 3 more full breaths. We're gently going to bring that right hand back under the right shoulder. We're going to inhale on up, find neutral tabletop, and we'll take that on the other side. We'll take the right arm out to the side, thread it through the left, right ear, cheek, temple to the mat, and then extending the left arm more forward, or again, you can wrap it behind the back and the waist for a twist option. Softening through the shoulders and the face. 3 more full breaths. I'm very gently going to bring that left hand back underneath the left shoulder. We're going to rise on up, and we're going to take a child's pose. So we're going to take the knees as wide as the mat, the big toes come to touch, and you're going to come on down. If this doesn't feel good on your knees, feel free to stay in that puppy dog position that we just did. So go ahead and grounding the forehead down to the mat, arms extending, releasing the hips down towards the heels. This is a pose of humility and surrender, Balasana. Just allowing yourself to surrender, to let go of stress, cares, and worries. And with each inhalation, inviting in the intention you've set or any other qualities that you need in your life today. Maybe it's love, joy, peace, patience, wisdom, clarity of mind. The list goes on and on. What do you need today? Invite that in with each breath. I'm going to go ahead and gently arise, coming on up. We're going to prepare our strap for our next series of poses. So if you have that strap, we're going to make a large loop with it. My strap has 2 D-rings and a tail. So I'm going to take the tail through both D-rings and then bring it down through the middle of the rings. So it's like a little belt buckle. There you go. So I'm going to keep mine about this length here. Again, we'll be adjusting it, so just make sure you know where the tail is at on your strap. We're going to go ahead and come down onto our back. We're going to be transitioning into reclining half moon pose. Just a really nice posture to open up through the side bodies. So we're going to go ahead and gently come on down. Maybe you take a nice full body stretch. And if you can, you're going to clasp opposite elbows above the head. If that's not accessible for you, you can cross the arms at the chest. So finding your arms here, and we're going to keep the glutes and the hips just pretty much planted into the mat. We're going to make a half moon shape with the body. So my upper body is going to lean towards the right, and then I'm going to take my legs and feet towards the right. So again, I look like a half moon. Again, my glutes and hips are pretty much planted. And you're going to notice how this feels in your left side body. If things are going well, and you want a deeper opening or stretch, you're going to take that left ankle and cross it over the right. And we're just going to hold here for a minute or two. So just your job is to soften the body, allow a nice gentle opening all along the left side of the body. I like to close my eyes during these long holds. It just helps me to tune in and to observe what's happening inside me. Letting go of outside circumstances and situations. Giving myself more time to really listen and heed wisdom. We're going to gently unwind and transition to the other side. So if you have the ankles crossed, you're going to release that. You're going to return the torso and the legs back to center. I'm just noticing here the difference side to side. And we'll be taking it now to the left, making that half moon shape. So staying rooted and grounded through the glutes and the hips. You're going to go ahead and angle the upper body towards the left, and then the legs and the feet towards the left. Noticing how this side is showing up. If you want a greater opening, you're going to cross that right ankle over the left ankle. And then soften in. Allow yourself to listen and receive. And we're gently going to unwind this side by uncrossing the ankles, returning back to center, releasing the arms down beside you, and just letting yourself feel for a couple of breaths. Then we're gently going to bend into the knees. I'm going to hug the knees into the chest, rocking a little bit onto the lower back. And then I'm going to keep my right knee into the chest. I'm going to lengthen my left leg out long on the mat. And I'm going to take my left arm underneath my right hamstring. And then the right arm is going to come overhead, resting on the mat behind me. So getting a nice stretch from left toes to the right fingertips, and you can adjust that right thigh and hip wherever it feels best for you. You can move the leg around, you can hold static. Just holding for a few more breaths here. Ekapada Apanasana. One more full breath. And we're gonna bring the left leg, bring the knee into the chest, and we'll switch sides. So the right leg will lengthen out long. That right arm will come underneath the left hamstrings, and then the left arm overhead on the mat behind you. And you can hug that left knee as much as you want into the body. You can adjust the leg where it is in space, and then just allow yourself to feel. You may enjoy some nice soft music throughout this class. Feel free to play anything you like. I do have a Spotify, Love Serve Inspire, and I have a multitude of restorative. There's a stretch and restore playlist as well as a sweet surrender. So those would be great playlists to tune into. Sometimes I just enjoy silence, and so again, your choice. One more full breath. And we'll go ahead and hug the right knee into the left, Apanasana. We're going to take both legs to the sky. You're going to go ahead and bring the hands, reach them up towards the feet. We're going to flex and point through the hands and the feet, just bringing a little bit of movement into our joints. And then we'll take some circular motions here. So go ahead and rotate through the wrist and the ankles in one direction 3 times. And then we'll go ahead and switch. Take it in the other direction 3 times. And then you go ahead and bring the hands down. You're going to reach for your strap. So I'm going to go ahead and take my strap around the balls of my feet. And I want to make sure I have access to the tail just to adjust it. There we go. Now, feel free to take your forearms at any time into the strap here just to tether it a little bit more. I'm going to be taking it behind my head. Now, if you have any neck injuries, I don't recommend placing the strap behind the head. So again, it should feel good if your neck is healthy. So we're going to go ahead and take the strap and take it behind the head. Again, not behind the neck, but behind the head. You got to find that nice spot for you to where your head is lifted off of the mat. It brings my shoulder heads up a little bit, but I'm really letting go. I'm relaxing the head into the strap, and my legs are straight up to the sky. So I'm getting a nice supported feeling here. I feel like I don't have to hold up my legs. I'm able to let them go, and then I'm able to really let go of the tops of the shoulders and the neck. You just want to make sure it's the right length for you, that you feel supported and not strained at all in the cervical spine. At any time, if it doesn't feel good, again, take it away from the head and bring the forearms into the strap. So holding about another minute here in this variation. Let the jaw go. Let the neck and the shoulders go. Two more deep full breaths. So from here, I'm going to go ahead and just bring my hands to the strap. I'm going to leave my right foot in the strap. I'm going to bring my left foot to the mat. So we're just going to do a single leg stretch here. If you want a deeper variation, feel free to extend the left leg long on the mat. If that is too much, bring it back and place that left foot on the mat. So just, again, being mindful of the neck, noticing how it's feeling. You can always make the strap a little bit bigger and lean the head back a little bit more. Again, soften in, getting a nice opening into the right hamstring. You can always bend into that right or left knee to make it comfortable for you. Flex or pointing the feet is totally optional. I just have mine in a comfortable stance. Really not a lot of efforting, just allowing the opening. Couple more full breaths. You're welcome to stay here. I'm going to be taking this into a figure 4 shape. So again, I'm just bringing the hands to the strap to keep it secure. I'm going to place a bend into my left leg, grounding the foot down, and then I'm going to go ahead and take my right foot and ankle and cross it over the right thigh. So left foot and ankle over the right thigh, and the knee here if you need to or want. So we're getting more of a stretch now into the left outer hip. So again, you can use your hands to press against the top of that left thigh to get a little bit more. You can bend into the right knee as well. You just want to make sure that the right foot, ankle, leg is not resting on the right knee, that it's on the thigh, not pressing against that joint. About 1 minute here. You can even take the hands behind the right hamstrings if you need a place to bring the hands. Two more deep full breaths. And then we're gently going to unwind. I'm going to go ahead and bring the left foot back into the strap. I'm going to release the right leg onto the mat. So now we're going to open up through the back of the left hamstring. Again, feel free to adjust the strap if it's shifted in space. And if things are going well, you want a deeper stretch, you're going to extend the right leg down on the mat. You can always place a bend into the left knee to help release the hamstring. And then the arms, wherever it's comfortable for you. You can even rest them onto the low belly, just feeling the rise and the fall of the breath. Again, close your eyes if it's comfortable for you. This precious time for you to receive a little relaxation and rejuvenation. Just filling up your cup so that you're better able to be present and patient with your loved ones, able to be more giving. That balance of really allowing ourselves to receive so that you're able to give more. About one more full breath here in the first variation. I'm going to go ahead and just hold on to the strap to keep it secure. I'm going to place a bend into that right knee, grounding the right foot down, and then taking this into a figure 4. So I'm going to take that right foot and ankle over the top of the left thigh. So again, not on that knee joint. I'm going to place a little bend into my left knee so I get a deeper variation. You can take that right hand to the top of the left thigh or right thigh to give yourself a little more opening into that hip, right hip, or you can thread the arms through the left hamstring just to find a nice spot to rest the hands. So again, a lot of these postures can be done without the strap. So if you don't have the strap, just modify and make it work for your body. And then soften. Let everything go. Draw your breath to those tight areas that need to loosen up. Three more deep, full breaths. We're gently going to release the pose. I'm going to hold on to the strap. I'm going to bring my right foot back into the strap. And then I'm gently going to release the strap from behind the head. I'm going to relax my head down to the mat. And then I'm going to place a bend into the knees, release the strap from the feet. I'm going to hug the knees into the chest, rocking side to side, Apanasana. And I'm going to gently roll off to the right side, resting in a fetal position for a couple of breaths. Maybe you feel the sensations of where the strap was behind the head. Just noticing. And I'm going to gently use the strength of my hand to bring myself on up. So preparing our strap for our next series of poses. So I'm going to go ahead and notice that my strap has that large loop. And I'm going to take it a little bit smaller here, about half that size. You may have to adjust. We're going to be using this for reclining bound ankle pose, for supine twist, and constructive rest pose. So I'm going to go ahead and take my strap around my waist. So it's like I'm putting on my strap. And then I'm going to bring the soles of the feet together. I'm going to take my strap around my feet. And you want to make sure the tail is nearby so you can adjust it either tighter or looser. So again, the strap is around the feet and it's pretty much around my waist, maybe down a little bit lower below. And from here, I'm going to make my way onto my back. So you can hold onto the strap if you'd like. Just come on down and find a comfortable spot for you. There you go. And you may need to tighten in here as you come back. It gets a little looser. So we're just going to hold here for a minute or two. This is a pretty big opening into the inner thighs and the outer hips. You can always place the hands underneath those outer hip and the thighs just to give yourself a little bit of support. Or you can place one hand on the heart and one hand on the belly. Just again, feeling the rise and the fall of your breath. Again, inhaling to receive what you need today. And as you exhale, let go of stress, cares, and worries. Realizing what you can control and what you cannot control. Two more deep, full breaths. And then from here, we're gently going to bring our knees together, and as you do so, you can lift the feet off the mat and release the strap from around the feet. Good job. So just finding a neutral position here, you still have the strap around the waist or the hips. So we're going to be coming into a supine twist. So we're going to be twisting to the right to begin. So what I like to do in this pose is I'm going to shift my hips a little bit to the left, and then I'm going to wrap the strap around the knees as I tuck the knees towards my chest, and then I have to tighten a little bit here for my body. So tightening the tail, and then I'm going to twist over to the right. So I have a nice supported, easy twist. So I feel like I can let go of my legs. They're supported by the strap as they're wrapped around my shins and around my waist. So finding that for your body, you can open the arms up to the side like a T and just really soften in. You can take your gaze straight up to the sky or ceiling, or look towards that left shoulder if you need a deeper twist. Holding here about 2 minutes. Really letting go of the muscles of the face and the jaw. If you ever get any tingling in the shoulders, it's just a reminder to draw the arms a little bit closer to the body. About 3 more deep, full breaths. Let this feel good. We're opening across the chest and the shoulders. Getting a nice twist for the spine and massaging the internal organs of the belly. We're gently going to come back to center. So you're going to draw the knees back up to center. And we're going to be taking this to the left side. So you can shift your hips a little to the right, hug the knees in, and just come on over towards that left side. Again, you might have to adjust. You might need to tighten the strap. And then the ceiling, or you can look over. Onto the torso. I'm going to go ahead and release the strap from the shins. Maybe it feels good to take a full body stretch, head to toe. And I'm going to go ahead and bring a bend into the knees. I'm going to lift up my glutes just to release the strap, just so it's around my legs now. We're going to come into, let's see here, we're going to come into Constructive Rest pose. So you want the strap around, I'm going to take it off again. I'm going to take it around my knees here and my thighs. And we're going to really tighten it up. Constructive rest is where the legs are as wide as the mat, or the feet are as wide as the mat, and then the knees are going to knock in together. So I'm going to tighten up my strap. So my strap is around the thighs and the shins. There we go. And my feet are as wide as the mat, knees to touch. And so the strap is helping to really tether my legs. So it should look like this. Again, the feet as wide as the mat, strap wrapped around the shins and the tops of the thighs. So finding that for yourself. And then once you have that, we're going to cross the arms across the chest. And so my hands are reaching towards the upper arms or the shoulders. And then we're gently just going to tap our hands on the shoulders, alternating right and left. Just a little bilateral movement here is proven to really settle the mind and relax our nervous system. So just bring in a little bit of gentle movement, slow. Maybe you envision yourself just giving yourself a big, big hug. One more, tap each side. And then just relax. Let go of all tension into every part of the body. Imagining that hourglass of sand just trickling down, and as it does, it relaxes all the tension held in the body. We're going to go ahead and switch the cross of the arm. So the other arm's going to come on top. It might feel a little awkward. And just beginning those bilateral taps again, just gently tapping the tops of the arms or the shoulders. A great calming technique anytime you need it to settle down. One more tap each side. And then stop and just relax completely. Constructive Rest pose is an amazing posture to release the lower back. So just really soften through that lumbar spine and just let everything go. Maintaining the natural curve in the back. Three more deep full breaths. And we're gently going to release the cross of the arms. Just let them extend out comfortably at your sides, breathing deeply. And then we're gently going to release the strap from the legs, bringing the feet back into hip width distance. And then we'll slowly come on to the right side in a fetal position. Just resting here for a couple of breaths. And we'll use the strength of the arms to make our way on up. We're going to be transitioning onto our bellies, just for a few stretches on the belly. So we're going to come on down. You're going to find tabletop position and just make your way down onto the belly. We're going to take Crocodile Pose. So both arms come forward, palms to touch, and the head is just going to ground the forehead onto the mat or any surface you're lying on. The feet are just relaxed down beside you, whatever distance feels good for your body. Softening through the shoulders, letting the body be heavy onto the mat or floor. Drawing our attention and intention inward. Softening the gaze outward and deepening the gaze inward. Two more full breaths. We're gently going to lift up the head. You're going to bring the hands into fists, and you're going to bring them right to the center of the mat. The elbows come out towards the edges of the mat. We're going to do a sinus release. So you're going to go ahead and massage either above the eyebrows or below the eyes. Just finding a nice little self-massage here, releasing our sinuses and any tension that you may have in the forehead and the cheeks. I was taking a few more breaths here, just letting it feel good. If you find a nice spot, feel free to hold it. Just adding a little bit of pressure. One more full breath. And then we'll gently release the hands underneath the shoulders. We're going to come into a child's pose with the hands and arms tucked under the legs. So I'm going to take my knees as wide as the mat. And I'm going to take my right arm behind the right thigh and the left arm behind the left thigh. I'm going to see if I can bring my hands to touch, big toes to touch, and then forehead down. So this is a nice variation to release the shoulders. And if you have any sensitivity with the knees, sometimes this helps with that. Just resting here for 5 full breaths. Balasana, child's pose once again. Returning back to your intention for your practice. That positive affirmation, that prayer, that deep heart longing. Two more deep full breaths. We're gently going to arise, releasing the arms from under you. We're going to prepare now for Savasana, our final resting pose. I'm going to guide you into whatever position feels good for you. So if you want to lie on your back in classic Shavasana, you could even lie on your belly or on your side. So noticing what feels good for you today, and go ahead and transition into our final resting pose. I'm going to be coming down onto my back gently. Again, feel free to take any position that feels good for you today. The most revered pose in yoga is Savasana, that final rest. It's where we fully integrate all the benefits of our practice. It's where we allow the physical body and the mental body to really let go, and just letting that energetic and that spiritual body take over. So just finding a comfortable positioning for you. If you're on your back, just drawing the shoulder blades into the chest a little bit more, relaxing every part of the body. Once again, envisioning that hourglass of sand. Maybe it's warm sand like you would experience at the beach. And just allow that hourglass to really filter through you. And as that warm sand touches each muscle of your body, it's allowing it to relax and release tension. So start from the crown of the head and allow yourself to really feel the sand moving through your body, relaxing each and every muscle all the way to the tips of the toes. Allowing the breath just to move as it wishes now. Letting the body be heavy into the mat and the floor, but the heart space light and buoyant, always ready to receive. Savasana. You are welcome to stay here as long as you'd like. If you're ready to transition, just bringing some gentle movement to fingers and toes. Maybe rocking the head gently side to side. If it feels right, you can take a full body stretch. We're going to go ahead and place a bend into the knees. Maybe you hug the knees into the chest. And on either side. And just noticing here the effects of the practice. And the body relaxed, the mind calm, and the spirit at peace. Knowing you can come here at any time just by connecting with your breath, maybe visualizing that hourglass, lengthening out those long exhalations and feeling the sand just move through your body. It's taking all the goodness from your practice today into the rest of your day and evening. Staying calm and centered no matter what comes your way. As you're ready, we'll use the strength of the arms to transition into a comfortable seated position. Once you do so, just bringing the palms face up on the thighs in a receiving gesture, allowing the eyes to softly close. Just taking 1 minute of quiet reflection and meditation, fully integrating our practice. Allow yourself to listen and receive. We'll take 2 collective breaths together. A nice deep inhale in. Let it go through the mouth. Another nice deep inhale. Longest exhale yet. We'll draw our hands into heart center Anjali Mudra. It's been a true honor and a pleasure to guide you through your practice. Thank you for sharing your beautiful presence with me. From the light within me, I honor and respect the light within you. Walk in grace and peace and shine bright, my friend. Much love and namaste. Thank you, everyone, for relaxing with me today. Please feel free to stay connected with me on my website, loveserveinspire.com.